How's it going, everybody? I'm the B2C Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether the price is going up or down. Hong Kong crypto licensing regime expected to launch next month. Hong Kong's highly anticipated crypto licensing regime is expected to launch next month. Vying to become a crypto hub, Hong Kong will release guidelines for crypto exchanges looking to launch there in May. The public consultations launched last year sought to determine the best way to grant retail investors access to cryptocurrencies, as well as examine the possibility of offering crypto exchange-traded funds or ETFs in the territory. So this is pretty good. While crypto exchanges are currently permitted to operate in Hong Kong, investors with portfolios under $1 million are subject to certain restrictions under existing legislation. Hong Kong's own central bank digital currency is one of the pieces that they want to include in this framework, so that has me a little worried, but we'll have to see. Hopefully it's not like the Chinese digital yuan. Despite Hong Kong's efforts to adopt a more relaxed approach towards cryptocurrencies, questions remain over the impact it may have on the industry relationship with mainland China, where cryptocurrency trading and Bitcoin mining were first banned in 2017. BitMEX founder and former CEO Arthur Hayes also chimed in on the matter last year, saying that access to Chinese customers will be essential to Hong Kong's appeal to crypto companies. So, we have Hong Kong possibly making some legislation to get some framework to allow traders with less than $1 million to have a more relaxed area and more exchanges allowed in to serve those people. But Hong Kong may not be received well with the Chinese government. We're going to have to kind of see. And Hong Kong is very essential to having Chinese adoption. CBDCs are designed to destroy all the value of Bitcoin, U.S. Senator Ted Cruz. Introducing the central bank digital currency would be profoundly dangerous to society, as it would mean the government having visibility to every single transaction its citizens makes, according to Senator Ted Cruz. Drawing parallels between President Joe Biden's executive order that directed the Federal Reserve to explore the launch of a CBDC and China's experiments with the digital yuan, Cruz said that the intention of using the CBDC is to destroy all the value of Bitcoin, to destroy anonymity, and to destroy decentralization. Let's be clear, they don't like cash for exactly the reason I like cash, because it's not subject to centralized control, that is not subject to constant surveillance. And so I hope we see more growing resistance to a CBDC, said Cruz. Last little bit, he said, I don't want the government having control over your finances, he said during yesterday's event, adding that one element of President Biden's legislative initiative was a requirement that banks report every single transaction in excess of $600 to the federal government. That may not sound like a big deal, but that means that your rent, your mortgage, your car payment, since most car payments are over $600, are going to be visible. So literally every major thing in your life, the government's going to know if you're doing something or not. So, Ripple vs. Zakinov hearing. If I didn't pronounce that right, this guy can shove off. Yesterday, Wednesday, April 26th, the class certification hearing was held in a lawsuit Zakinov against Ripple Labs for selling XRP as an unregistered security. Lead plaintiff Vladi Zakinov, who owned XRP for only 2 weeks, seeks to be the lead plaintiff in the class action lawsuit against people that have held it for years like myself. He argues that XRP is a security which has been issued by Ripple. So SEC is arguing that the court form a class action consisting all XRP owners who bought and now hold XRP or sold XRP at a loss. There was a hearing held in Zoom and it had space for 500 people. Johnny Deaton was in there, but he was pretty mad, as he said he's never been so frustrated in his legal career watching the Zoom meeting, mainly because he couldn't speak and address the questions and issues being asked by the judge. And the problem is that no one understands the tech, and the judge even said that they attended a crypto seminar before the hearing, and they walked out of that seminar just as confused as they were before the hearing. So the judge doesn't even really know what crypto is. One example is the judge's debate on whether more than 75,000 XRP holders who support Ripple in the lawsuit against the US SEC can be excluded from the class action. This would include all XRP holders around the world, even in countries where XRP has been classified as a non-security. In response, Nick Spear, the lawyer for the complainant, stated that the 75,000 holders are fake and therefore irrelevant. Well, it hurts if I pinch my skin, so I know I'm real, and he's irrelevant in my opinion. In addition, the Ripple attorneys emphasized that the plaintiffs were making a purchase on the secondary market, thus there is no written contract between the plaintiff and defendant, and Ripple's counsel also endeavored to explain how the complaint experienced they were doing day trading, so they were not dependent on Ripple because they were not holding it for investing, they were holding it for day trades. So onto the charts now. On Bitcoin dominance today, we are rising pretty decently. Our stochastic's heading up, RSI's heading up, our money flow is making lower highs, but it overall is heading up. Momentum's coming up, but looks like it could start to curl, and our VWAP's kind of flattening out here, so that's kind of concerning for our medium term. We may start to see a red candle tomorrow, we're going to have to see. Over on our altcoins, RSI's trying to head up, Stochastic's trying to head up, money flow doesn't know where it wants to be, it's barely bullish. Our VWAP is still trying to curl under that neutral zone and doesn't want to break bullish, but our momentum wants to curl upwards and get some strength, so we're going to have to see if we can move up or not. What I think would happen is if Bitcoin starts to cool off, we'll see these altcoins start to gain money. As you know, the Bitcoin engine it'll go from Bitcoin into our Ethereum into altcoins, and so on. So over on Bitcoin for the daily, we did hit our value area high for our macro area, our bigger area here. We are trying to break that. We've made 2 breakthroughs but haven't been successful. We're making it weaker each time we do that. Could head up to this area here where we have our other value area high and point of control, as well as the resistance there at around 34, but we'll have to see. Our RSI is trying to head up, Stochastic's trying to head up, our money flow is kind of flattening out here, VWAP's trying to go bullish and keep heading upwards, our momentum's trying to head up, but looks like it could start to curl here, so I'd be a little concerned, especially since we're getting into this higher resistance area. And you'll see why, because on the future CME futures, we have another bearish sign for Bitcoin, as well as the dominance starting to waver. Our stochastic's starting to point downwards on the 4-hour, RSI's pointing downwards, so we're looking very bearish there. Momentum's starting to curl downwards, making lower highs. Money flow struggling to go anywhere, and our VWAP's starting to head down, getting close to breaking that neutral zone after struggling to stay bullish. Over on the 2-hour, our stochastic is rolling over pretty strongly. RSI is starting to roll over. Our stochastic's about to roll over, sorry. Momentum's starting to roll over. Our money flow is heading out, so it's starting to come outward. Our VWAP is heading down, about to break bearish, so not looking very good. This could be a bit of a double top, at which point, if that is, it could break us down below that golden pocket that I've been warning we could break out of soon. Over on the 1-hour, stochastic's starting to head down, momentum's starting to head down. We have that double red dot, RSI is overall heading down. Money flow is trying to keep heading up though, and our VWAP is coming down very slightly. So VWAP's not very strong, but it is in the bearish territory. So we'll have to see if that money flow starts to round. If it stays like this, the 2-hour money flow might start to flatten out and start to taper upward. We'll have to watch. Over on our futures, on the daily, you can see we have 2 big gaps here, right around 28.5 and still one around 27.7. So even though on the hourly we did come down and fill that gap, on the bigger time frame we have other gaps to fill. So we do have set up for further bearish action. Money flow's coming out, RSI's heading down. Stochastic's trying to run up though, and our VWAP's kind of flat, and our momentum could curl down. So not looking too great there. For graph, we are bouncing off our support. trying to, but remember, we're making it weaker every time we kind of stick around here. But with the way total's looking, if we start to see Bitcoin cool off, these altcoins may start to pump, and we'll kind of see that. RSI is kind of flat, stochastic's trying to head up. Money flow is overall starting to curl away from the neutral zone. VWAP tried to run bullish, but is struggling to get over that neutral zone as well. Our momentum wants to curl, but it's not getting any green dots right now. Over on the 4-hour, our money flow is coming out, starting to round away. VWAP's trying to head up, but overall is coming out. Our momentum's making lower highs and coming out. Stochastic could get a bearish cross and start to roll over. Our RSI is starting to curl over here as well, so not looking too good. Over on the 2-hour, stochastic's kind of starting to curl, RSI is curling, VWAP's getting close to breaking bearish, not breaking bad. Our money flow is getting close to breaking bearish and is red actually, so that's not good for us, as that could lead to the higher time frames. Momentum's starting to curl over here as well, so not looking too good. Over on the 1-hour, we're starting to roll over, stochastic's starting to roll over, but could get a little bit of a bullish curl here, we'll have to see. We did have a green dot after a reversal arrow, but that did not mean we moved forward. Not everything's 100%. Just because it worked this time doesn't mean it'll work that time. Nothing's 100%. Money flow is kind of flat. VWAP's pretty flat under the neutral zone. Stochastic, RSI we went over, so we're not looking too good here, but if that total starts to pick up, we could start to flash some good signs. 1 hour being bullish still, we could see lead into that 2 hour and carry that back up, so we do have that going for us. Over on Anchor, I swear we get rid of those black lettering 100 times, but it just loves to stick around. We're kind of flagging here, so that's not very good, and because it's a bear flag. Money flow is starting to curl. Our momentum wants to make a curl upwards with a green dot that could confirm, so that could help us propel away from this and kind of make a U shape, or try and make a cup and handle instead, which would be good. Our stochastic's trying to make a bullish cross. We'll have to see if it can maintain and actually head up and give that RSI some strength so it's not flatlining and dead. Our 4-hour money flow is trying to come out. VWAP's pretty flat, stochastic's pretty flat, RSI is starting to curl, and our momentum could start to curl over here as well. So the 4-hour is not looking too strong right now. Over on the 2-hour, RSI is starting to curl, stochastic's starting to curl, momentum could curl out, VWAP's starting to curl and get close to that neutral zone, and our money flow is getting close to breaking bearish, so not looking too good here either. Over on the 1 hour, money flow did kind of dip, and then it did head up, so we do have that going for us. If this continues, that'll be good. We are kind of taking a bit of a breather, so we're going to want to see that start to curl so that 2 hour can kind of come up. RSI is trying to point upwards, but our stochastic's starting to fall. Our VWAP's kind of flat, so our medium term doesn't know where it wants to be. We'll have to see if it can start to curl up with that stochastic. Over on XRP, we are going way farther out than I wanted, but we are making a bearish pendant here, as we have a symmetrical triangle that broke from a breakdown, so that's a bear pendant. Stochastic is trying to push away, RSI is kind of flat. This could be because our judge doesn't know what crypto is, and she's supposed to be in charge of what's going to happen with XRP, so that's kind of concerning. Momentum's trying to curl up with a green dot, so we hopefully can get some bullish momentum, but there's quite a bit of indecision right now and quite a bit of lack of knowledge. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, go see that article we covered before we got into the charts. Stochastic's heading up, RSI is kind of curling away, money flow is kind of curling away, RSI is starting to curl, momentum could start to curl here on the 4 hour as well, so not looking very good here on the 4 hour. Over on the 2 hour, stochastic's kind of starting to curl out, RSI is flattening out, money flow overall is heading down, so not too good. VWAP, if I can get the right term out, is heading down, and our momentum is starting to curl as well, so not looking very good here either. So overall, XRP is looking pretty beat up, and I can't blame people for selling off in panic. Stochastic's starting to kind of curl, RSI's heading up. Momentum doesn't really know what it wants to do. We had that red dot, but we're kind of curling away from it. Our money flow wants to come up. VWAP doesn't know where it wants to be, so a lot of indecision here on XRP. Last but not least, we have Algo. We are trying to come up to our pattern. We did kind of reject away from it, but we have a green dot in our momentum that could help propel us forward. Money flow overall slightly heading up, but is kind of curling away, so watch out. VWAP trying to break that neutral zone and head bullishly. We'll have to see if it can get some strength from the lower time frames or not. Our RSI is trying to get a green dot as well, so hopefully that can help push us forward, as that stochastic wants to cross and give us some strength here. Over on the 4 hour, stochastic's kind of running really tight together, wants to kind of curl away, not looking very good, but that's not always too concerning. You can see it gets tight sometimes. Our money flow overall is heading out and curling away. Momentum's curling away. VWAP's kind of flat, just on that bullish territory, just barely bullish, so that's not good. Our RSI is starting to curl away as well, so 4 hours not looking too good for us. Around the 2 hour, we're looking a little toppy here, so that's cause for concern. Money flow's coming out. It is slightly bearish, trying to go bullish. We'll have to see if it can get bullish and actually get some strength or not. Momentum's starting to curl away. RSI's starting to head down. Stochastic's starting to curl out, so not looking too good on the 2 hour either. Stochastic's trying to head out on the 1 hour. RSI's kind of flat. Momentum's kind of flat. Money flow is kind of flat. And our VWAP's pretty flat under that neutral zone. So everything's kind of indecisive right now. With that stochastic coming out, not looking too good on the 1 hour. We may see other things start to roll over. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night. Real quick, we do have a little mini ascending triangle here that I want to point out before we jump off that could help propel us forward. So with that, now we're going to get up.